Hey, we're live. We're live. Amir's over there getting stuff ready on the technical side. How you guys doing? I've been watching the chat. Super cool, Peter. Got a new job. Now you can do more music. That's fucking awesome. Um, Sarah, you should definitely be writing. That's awesome. Keith, Intemperate Son's YouTube page getting going, and we know that we have a video coming and all sorts of good stuff. It's going to be fucking awesome with a new framework release, which will be great. Um, right on. Peter subscribed. Hi, Diana. Hi, sweetie. Hey, Bradley. How you doing? So we always open this up and kind of, let it go for a minute because it gets, it gets everyone notified on YouTube and they can kind of come in and join us. Marcine, hi, how are you? Hey, Tim. Hey, buddy. I read your Facebook post this morning. Hope you and Dustin are great. We love you very much. Um, hey, Simon, how are you, buddy?
Check, check, check. Can you guys hear me?
Right on. Hola from Mexico. Hey, can you guys hear us okay? Is everything good on your end? Just type it in the chat. Just tell us if you can hear Amir.
Check, check, check. Hi, everyone. Good morning.
Can you guys hear us talk okay? Peter says, my stuff is crazy digital right now. Keith says, yes. Sarah says, sounds great. Kathy says, can hear us? Yes, yes. Yeah, yes. Hey, you guys are funny. Crystal clear. Awesome. Awesome. Great sound. Oh, good. Hey, Shyla, how are you?
How's the guitar?
Guitar sound okay? Sounds great. Simon says Amir has more bass in his voice, but that's probably testosterone. Oh my God. It's so funny. Julien sounds good. Danielle sounds great. Hi, Danielle.
That's
How are
funny
you?
because Fu always says that too. He's like, Amir, you need to roll off more low end on your vocal mic.
That's funny. That's funny. Oh, Fu, we miss Fu. We can't wait till Canada opens back up and we can get him back down here. And to take part in this stuff with us live will be really, really fun. Fu is a really, if you guys haven't like ever experienced Fu, he's a really funny guy. He's extremely intelligent and he's got a really unique sense of humor and he's very missed. But if you guys ever wonder how we work with Fu being gone, every now and then I see a post that's like, oh, is Fu back in the band and all this kind of stuff. Fu never left the band. And we've always worked together, even when he's in Canada. He has a recording studio set up, and we have everything. Everything that we do is synced in the cloud, so we can work in this studio, and Fu can work on it, and Amir can work on it in his studio. So we've always worked together. We've never stopped. And we have a pretty incredible system devised for us to share music remotely and work on it in real time. And Fu came up with it. So he's a genius that helps this band exist. So he's still an incredibly important person in our lives and in our band, and he has not gone anywhere. We're just unfortunately we're locked down due to COVID, and we aren't really able to be together like we normally are, and that's tough. Just hurts our hearts. We miss him. Um, so we kind of thought that we would use, we're always trying to think of ways to make Patreon more of a special thing and more useful for all of us, more connective and all that kind of stuff. And I thought that maybe our first Saturday or Sunday or first weekend, but typically it's Saturday, our first Saturdays in this acoustic performance, we've kind of been changing it a little bit. Every now and then we make it public, like I just switched this one to public so that in case, people want to, come in from the outside and just see what we do on Patreon or get an update about Julien-K, they can kind of check it out. But a lot of them we keep private. But we thought that maybe because you guys are our, kind of our you guys are our like focus group. You guys are the biggest supporters of the band. We thought maybe we would take this first Saturday of every month to give you guys an update on Julien-K. And we can obviously look at your questions and stuff like that. And then we'll get into the song that we're going to play and then we'll perform it. But maybe that's a cool thing. You guys can go, fuck, I wonder what they've been doing for the month. We'll tell you on the acoustic performance. So maybe I'll even kind of adjust the name a little bit. So it's a little bit more of a Julien-K update. And we'll talk about Julien-K. We'll talk about, edema. We'll talk about the Annex. We'll talk about Intemperate Sons. We'll talk about Human. We'll talk about whatever it is we're working on. Because at the end of the day, the Julien-K Patreon is really Ryan, Amir, and Fu, and what are we doing? There's even some cool stuff that I'm doing with moving units. I just did like a Sisters of Mercy cover that is fucking epic. It's really, really good. I think you guys will be kind of blown away by that. And that's just something that we just do, just kind of on the side, it's just cool stuff. Um, Amir's been working on the new Edema. We've all been working on it, but he just mixed the first Edema single, Ready to Die. And funny enough, we just found out that the promoters won't promote the tour with the name Ready to Die. So
Wow.
we so I was shut down like hard. One of the interesting things about one of the shitty things about cancel culture is that when a bunch of people online pounce on other people for saying something that they don't like, what ends up happening and what has happened is that artists who create names and subject matters that are unique and kind of on the edge and are a little scary, like Ready to Die, even though no one knows what that song's about, what happens is that we get shut down. And so it doesn't really end, and the razor cuts both ways. I think when you don't like what some people say, or some people make a mistake and say something stupid, which we all do. It's just the people that are in the public spotlight have cameras on us. So if we say something thoughtless and dumb out of anger, we can get pounced on really badly. But I think that if we don't learn a little bit of forgiveness, and we don't learn to be a little bit more tolerant of people that say things that we don't like, the backlash is that, these bands come out with these names like Ready to Die, or you know, I don't know, Satan's March or whatever it is. It's their art, and that gets shut down too, because people are too afraid of the backlash of this like unforgiving cancel culture. So I want I know all of us are the most awesome people ever, and we are super forgiving. I would definitely spread the love and the forgiveness, because I think the backlash is the unintended consequences of not allowing anyone to think differently than us is not cool.
So I
And
guess you're gonna have to change it to ready to cry.
dude, we
I
thought
mean,
we thought of like it's funny, the edema thread was this long
oh God, I can only
of
imagine.
of like the stupid shit,
Yeah.
and we came up with Ready to Die, Ready to DIY or DYE, and
Oh
then we
my
were going to
God.
make the background tie dye
Yeah.
too, and then Ready to Cry,
Yeah.
and then Ready to, I mean, every ready you can think of. But I definitely think, guys, if we can just like, if you see people pouncing on people, if we could just be a little bit more tolerant, you know, what happens always when people never forgive and they become totally intolerant of people who disagree or say something that they don't like, what happens is artists start getting shut down too, because the companies that make money off of us get scared to let us do anything. So
Somebody said ready for Eskimo pie.
I love it.
Oh, Kathy.
So
Kathy said
I
that.
love it, Kathy. So yeah, all of the making fun of the name is so welcome. And honestly,
Oh my God.
the whole
Ready to sigh.
oh yes, I love it. Who did that?
Oh,
That's funny.
Tash Hill.
That is so good.
Amazing.
So yeah, that's all really funny. We love it. And yeah, so that happened. And the new Edema stuff, there's a lot of big stuff in store for Edema. We're on the verge of doing an actual record deal for that band. And the reason we're doing that and not releasing it ourselves is because, well, we may release it ourselves, we'll see. But with the Edema name, because it's been a commercial name, we feel that it can use some commercial push. And the single is so good and the songs are so good right now that we feel like that could, we feel like with what Amir and I have done with the Dema, that it really does, it needs like a whole company behind it to push it. And we think it'll be good for that band. In addition, it frees us up more to do stuff with Julien-K, as it's tough for us to work on a bunch of different projects, from Human to Your Favorite Color to Julien-K to Edema to, moving units, to all the stuff that we do. It really becomes kind of like a bandwidth crunch, and we're having to bring more people in from the outside to kind of help us out so that we can continue to do framework and all the stuff we think is, pretty cool. ready for supplies. Oh my god, ready to fry. That is so funny. So
Ready for a pie.
what have you been working on this month, Amir? What's been your focus? What's the stuff that's you think is kind of cool for Julien-K? Should we chat a little bit about our work with Brandon from
Yeah.
the Annex and kind of how we've are sort of rethinking about how we're going to look at trauma echoes and all the material that we have and how we'll get it done?
Yeah, I think we're gonna well, so the song which you guys have heard that we did with Brandon from the Annex, Lies Like Your Lies Like Fire, we actually retitled it to make it more of a unique version. Um, we loved working together so much that we decided we were gonna work on some more stuff. And we pulled out a song that we were kind of stuck on from Harmonic Disruptor. It actually had some really cool parts, but I know I did not like the chorus, and we tried to, I don't know, we tried it a few different times, few different ways, didn't like it. But there was a cool verse and some other cool parts in it. So I had played it for Brandon, and Brandon loved it like straight away. And I said, "Well, look, we need to write a new chorus for this." And so he went to work, and of course, like in his usual fashion, overnight sent over something, and was already like really cool for a new chorus. And so then Ryan and I went to Brandon's house and invaded his private space where he likes to work by himself most of the time, I think,
Mhm.
with his cute little doggies. And we kind of, uh, worked on it some more, kind of refined it. And I think we've got something really cool. So he's going to give us the stems for what we've done so far, and then we're going to release it. I think the plan now is not so much that we won't do an album, and of course there will be vinyl and there will be all this stuff that we normally do. But I think we're going to just start releasing songs for Trauma Echoes, one at a time, and until we get to a point of being bored of that, probably. And then we'll put it all together and make an album, make a vinyl, make whatever's relevant. If you guys
Mhm.
still want CDs, we can do CDs. All of this stuff is kind of fluid for us, and as I'm sure you've gotten used to doing with Julien-K, is that every time we release music, do a new record, whatever, we kind of throw something new at you, because all of this stuff is just constantly evolving. The business is constantly evolving, the music business, that is. And so, we're always kind of rolling with the changes and trying and experimenting and um, doing all kinds of stuff like what we're doing right now, even still with Harmonic Disruptor, is that, some of these songs we're reinventing them and re releasing them. We also have a song we're doing with Aesthetic Perfection. And what was the other one we're doing? Oh, with
Yeah, Lord of the
Lord of the
Lost,
Lost.
which will be really
We're
cool.
doing one with him, and we didn't really get to promote Harmonic Disruptor last year because everything got shut down. And yes, we're going to have some tours next year, and so we don't want to just forget about that record. So we're kind of keeping the ball rolling with that, but at the same time, we're kind of working on Trauma Echoes in the background. I know we don't talk about it a lot, because obviously we do have a lot on the plate, but we've also been trying to figure out how we want to release that record and how we want to release the Julien-K stuff. So we've kind of been, not rushing it on purpose, not just because we're busy, but because we're kind of feeling out what we want to do with it. Considering, obviously what just happened with Harmonic Disruptor 2, and we're still kind of keeping that ball rolling. But at the same time, of course, I just finished mixing a new Edema song that we did. I've got probably, well, at least one is looking like it's already ready. I haven't looked at the other one, but there's another one that's probably almost ready, or if not ready, to be mixed. So maybe you should change the tour name to Ready to Mix.
Yeah, maybe. Uh-huh.
So we're going to have a couple more of those coming as well. And I know there's going to be a lot more music coming out on Framework. I know we've got a new Human single. We've got the Intemperate Sons going to be releasing a lot of their music through our label. Your Favorite Color has a new single coming. And what else? Am I forgetting anything?
New Human single too.
No, I said that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Didn't
Then
I?
that's it. I
I
think
don't
that's
know.
it. Yeah.
Maybe I didn't. I don't
Mhm.
know. Yeah, they've got a new single coming. That'll probably be the soonest thing coming out, and then we've got a couple more new things coming there. And yeah, we got to finish this Julien-K, and then Ryan's going on tour for a month, so I will be home mixing a lot of stuff.
Let me answer a couple questions here. Simon was asking if we were still planning on using the samples of everyone's voice. Yeah, none of that has changed. None of what we're doing with the album musically is different. All we're saying is that we think that now we might release it differently. So that's all. All of our ideas for the album, all the stuff we've discussed with you, and the songs that we have are we're using that. So, and it will still be an album. And when we do make a final release, there will probably be additional songs on it. So it's not that we will release every song one by one, but it's looking right now like it just works better for us to release a song every month and a half or so. It just seems like it's going to work out a lot better. And that's kind of what we have in the pipeline. So, um, and then let's see. There were some more good questions here. Where, oh my gosh. By the way, guys, when you cuss, it won't, it doesn't, it makes me approve it. So if you can, I don't care if you cuss, but your comment won't appear. So maybe leave out the cussing so the comments, pop up and I don't have to approve them all.
Jeremy was asking, what is that sexy ass silver chrome guitar? It's
Hmm.
fucking incredible.
Yeah, a lot of talk about that guitar.
Is that the one from Your Lies Are Like Fire?
Probably, probably.
So it's my Oztosh,
Hmm.
Oztosh.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, it's a all aluminum aircraft aluminum, I guess.
Hmm.
Polished Stratocaster
Hmm.
copy with a graphite neck, and
Hmm.
I think it has lace pickups. It's a very unique guitar. It's the only one
Hmm.
basically
Hmm.
like it. And it actually sounds really good. It's got a different sound, of course, because it is made of metal. But I used to tour with it, and it's yeah, it's pretty awesome. But that's what it is, and it's one of a kind. But you can buy them if you want to special order them.
And spend $4,000.
I think it's like 5.
Oh my god.
They're
Oh
in
my
San
god.
Diego.
Oh my god. It's insane. Yeah, tell them
Yeah,
we sent you.
yeah.
Um, so someone's asking about a JK tour. I think it was Keith. There is JK shows and tours in the works. We have 2 tours that are in the works. They're going to be early next year. I can't say more. One, I'm sure you guys can guess what it is. And then we have some shows in November. There's going to be at least 3. And yeah, so that's what's happening with that. I have Edema shows and JK shows in November, so fuck, whatever. I don't know how to do that, but we'll figure it out.
Kathy Leffen is asking, can we have Decode Radio, or we're working on it, fuckers, on some other HD
Yeah,
songs,
yeah,
please?
yeah. That's
Okay.
something that you can tell in the last one. I only use tracks off of HD because I want to try and push us in different directions. I think it's really cool to do some HD focused material because I think Harmonic Disruptor is, even with COVID, it has been one of our most popular albums, and it still is doing well, and we got playlisted with it and everything. So we're very, very happy with what happened with Harmonic Disruptor. I just wish we could have gone out and played.
Keith was asking a question that I was actually thinking about, and I know you are too, and that is acoustic get together.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
I know we can,
We're
now that things are opening up, we
Yep.
might be able to do an acoustic
Yep.
show.
That's something else that's kind of been on my mental agenda as well. It's an interesting thing is, if we could actually fly somewhere else and do it too, or would we have everyone fly here and just do it at my restaurant again? Because that always turns out great because we control the environment. Maybe we'll schedule one for in between these shows. Maybe we'll make one for winter and everyone can just fly out, because in winter you can't tour. It's too dangerous. The roads are too icy and it's just too dangerous. So maybe that's something we can work on for maybe even December. Something maybe we can do like
Mm-hmm.
more of like a Christmas type of thing, and we can sell tickets and live stream it, and then do it in person as well. And
Mm-hmm.
maybe we can change the price and make it a little bit more. I mean, maybe we can keep it at 150, or maybe we can make it
Well, for
a
the
little bit more like a
dinner,
show.
keep the dinner the same, but maybe then we could offer it online for
Yeah. Yeah.
obviously substantially
Like an
less.
in person and then not. So
Yeah.
yeah, so you guys tell us what you guys think because we're into it. We got a lot of cool songs too. We could do like an entire cover set, which would be really fun. You know.
Yeah, I wonder what you guys would think about that. Would you prefer us to just do an entire cover set, like, almost a recap of a lot of the stuff we've been playing, or would you like us just to do Julien-K, or like both? Maybe a mixture of some of our favorite cover songs that we've done and some Julien-K stuff. Be interesting to see what you guys think about that.
Definitely. Sean, will we have an Indiegogo like campaign or perks for the new album? Yeah, the idea was that we were going to do one on our own, and I think that we will still do one for the physical stuff, for the physical side, and then obviously the rest of the album. But we would start releasing singles like, you know, effectively all year. So we'd start releasing music and having some exciting content and shit out. But yes, we would also put up like a pre-order for the album, perks, all that kind of stuff, and that would be on our own website this
Hmm.
time. So yeah. All right. So let's see. Why don't we start getting into the song?
Yeah.
Time is it? We're doing good. 11:21. I have a noon call that is very going to be a very good call that you guys will be very stoked on, but I can't tell you what it is. Oh yes, and Simon, DBS breakdowns will be coming. We just got to figure out where to fit them in because those are very important and it's going to be a big deal. And I think there will be a lot of Chester fans that might join us. We got to be ready for that, so we can do a great job on it. All right, so I think that we're gonna play a Bravery song. Bravery is an amazing band that we're both fans of. A little bit more of a modern band, which we tend to do more, vintage bands, I guess, a lot of
Well,
times. But
I'm trying to break it up, with, I mean, I'd actually even like to do some new covers if we find something.
yeah, that would be super fun. Yeah,
But yeah, trying to not just do 80s covers. I mean, obviously we love 80s music, but there's a lot of 90s music. There's a lot of 2000s. There's, you know, anything beyond that, I'm not sure yet. I guess we haven't really stumbled on something, but there's just, I've been compiling lists of music, and I also, my girlfriend helps me because she's always making suggestions. And, anybody that's around us, people are always going, "Hey, you guys should cover that song." So I make kind of little notes of all that stuff, and then yeah, the Bravery was one of them that popped up a few times, and I was just like, "Huh, let me try this one." And I told Ryan, and he was totally into it. So
yeah, I love this
we ended
song
up with
because
it.
it's such a little ditty. You know what I mean? They just get to the point, and this was their first single, and I think they really brought this almost like playful version of like Joy Division and shit out. And I remember Talinda Bennington told me when Chester toured with them, or they opened for Linkin Park on probably a Project Rev or something, and she
Mm.
was like, "Oh, that singer, gives me Ryan vibes." She's like, "It definitely seems like you guys should play together." We never did it, but I get it. I watched some of them live and everything, and there are some vibes. So I've always thought that this would work out well for us. Interesting thing though is that it's the same fucking chords.
Yeah.
All of these songs, so interesting. They're all different. They're all different songs. They're all different vocals. They're all different melodies. But the chords, this is something Chester picked up on a long time ago. He's kind of like jokingly, a lot of the Dead by Sunrise songs are the same four chords. But so is every song in this genre and any rock song, you know? That chord is in every one of the last songs that we've been playing.
Yeah.
And then it always goes to this.
Yeah.
It's also in Cast into the Sea. Cast into a sea of a different kind, shouting in the face of the wind. Nothing I could say would change your mind. So same fucking chords. Same fucking chords. It's the weirdest thing. And then the New Order or the Monaco.
Oh yeah,
song that we just
yeah,
did,
yeah. I know.
same shit. The New Order song that we
Yeah.
just did, same shit. And they're all totally different songs, and it's not
It's
ripping
pretty
anything off.
yeah, it's pretty interesting how that is. But yeah, a lot of these I've definitely been learning from, playing all these cover songs and definitely gravitating towards some of the ones that are kind of similar. I guess there's definitely a style that I like and
Mhm.
probably you as well, as far as like chord progressions and things like that. So some of them are a little more complicated. Like I feel like the Depeche Mode stuff
Ooh,
and
yeah.
even some of those New Order songs, there's just
Yes.
like, God, there's a million chord changes.
Yeah. And it's
It's
the
like,
way they do them,
yeah.
there's a unique chord change for every vocal melody, because you can tell the guys that wrote them, the Martin Gores and the what's the singer, what's the Joy Division? Excuse me, what's the New Order guy's name again? I forgot his fucking name.
Uh Bernard
Bernard
Sumner.
Sumner, yeah. They're singer-songwriter guys. So these chords are they're gonna just twist every chord to match their whatever vocal they're doing. And it's just so complex, but it's actually the same simple chords. But again, it's the way they do it, and it's just so awesome to learn. And this is kind of a cool example of just like a very, very simple song put together cleverly.
All
So
right, let me turn the
yeah, so Amir's going to turn on the effects, and then we are going to play you some Bravery. Hey, hey, hey. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, Natty Crane. Yes. I love that Edema cover you did. That's so good. You're so talented. We love you. It's awesome. All right, guys. So we've only played this a couple times. We've been getting frankly, we've been getting so good at this. It's a very fucking cool thing. We don't sit down and rehearse it the way we would have for a show. We spend more time trying to get the whole session to work and work on the cameras and all that kind of stuff and the microphones. But hopefully we do this great, and this song deserves to be played perfectly. So here we go. All right. You want to set the tempo? People, they don't mean a thing to you. They move right through you, just like your breath. But sometimes I still think of you, and I just wanted you to know, my old friends. I never meant for this. I never meant. Don't look at me that way. It was an honest mistake. Don't look at me that way. Was an honest mistake. An honest mistake. Sometimes I forget I'm still awake. I fuck up and I say these things out loud. My old friends, I swear I never meant for this. I never meant. Don't look at me that way. It was an honest mistake. Don't look at me that way. Was an honest mistake. Lord is mistake. Don't look at me that way. It was an honest mistake. Don't look at me that way. Was an honest mistake. Honest mistake. Yeah, we did it. We did it. We did it. We did it. All right. So, a little bit of cussing. So, we're approving those comments. Right on. So, super fucking cool song. I hope you guys dug it. That is like such a fun song to do. It just gets on it and gets to it. Bradley said the guitars were cutting out. Was it cutting out for you guys? So Bradley, just so you know, the speeds we have here are like 500 up, 500 down. So it's coming out pretty crazy. It's always going to be different on everyone else's end. Some people get like a perfect stream with like high def, and some people have some cutting out. So it just depends. But yeah, from our end, we have the internet crushing. So
Yeah,
it says no one else was cutting out.
Yeah, I think we're even hardwired. So
Yep. So awesome. There was a bit of cutting out, Marson says, but everyone else says there was none. So guys, it all depends on what you're getting on your end. It's definitely, everyone here else is saying it was perfect. And Diana's in Romania. So yeah, it's coming out really good here. So unfortunately, it can be, whatever by the time it gets to you guys. It just depends on where you're at, your connection, what's going on. There's a ton of variables. But yeah, so thank you guys so much. We really love you guys, and that was a super fun song to do. We'll see you guys here next weekend for Decode Radio with me, and maybe if I have a guest. And as requested, I will do more Harmonic Disruptor songs for Decode Radio. Monday, we are filming a major edema video. Everyone's going to be on deck. We'll probably do some behind the scenes stuff and everything too for you guys. And yeah, thank you so much. I hope you guys have a wonderful 4th of July. I don't care what country you're in. I hope your Sunday is amazing. Okay. We don't give a fuck. Here in America, we love you. In Ryan and Amir's America. All right, guys. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Thank you. A lot of people watching the performance. So thank you so much, guys. We love you. We'll see you next weekend.
Yeah, have a great weekend.
Be safe, okay?
Happy 4th.
No drinking and driving.
No drinking, period.
No, you can drink. Just stay home. Bye, guys.
Bye.